It's been a long week, right? Are you ready to wind down? Why not? It's time for the Wine Time Fridays podcast with Shelley and Phil. Neither are sommeliers, but both have a deep passion for life, each other, and of course, delicious wine. And now, here to talk about this week over a glass of wine is Shelley and Phil. It's wine time!
Hello and welcome to another episode of Wine Time Fridays with Shelley and Phil on this Friday, episode 234. Episode 234 on this Friday, October 11th. Happy Friday, Shelley. It's wine time.
Happy Friday.
Reception wine, 2 weeks in a row. This is a Rick Boyer. Is that his name? It sure is. Chardonnay, unoaked, Central Coast that we got from our friends up at Nursery Outlet. So this is basically finishing this bottle from last night, which means we didn't drink a whole bottle of white wine last night. It's a beautiful thing.
Amazing.
Tomorrow is International Pinotage Day. So we're going to dive into that a little bit later, but I'm gonna open this Altitudes ixsir.
IXSIR. This is a Lebanese wine.
Yeah,
and wine from Lebanon.
There's a lot of crap going on in Lebanon right now, but one of the things that is not crap is what they're doing with the wines, which is kind of fun. Not a typical wine region. In fact, I'm guessing if you talk to some people in town, they'd say it's not even worth trying Lebanese wines. Well, we're not going to mention any names, but we like to endorse the idea of really seriously expanding your palate.
And just learning about new wines.
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to a podcast too, and they were like saying sometimes if people taste a wine and it might be corked, but they don't know that it's corked, but it's that subtle little thing that they say this wine's bad wine. It just isn't good. But that's why, like, if you're at a restaurant, you had a sommelier around, they would probably detect that. But a lot of these things, there are little subtle things about the wine that maybe aren't good, but you attribute that to being bad wine. I mean, that grape. You're not like people have a bad glass of Merlot. I hate Merlot. There was a lot of time spent on that. Go yourself, Shelley.
It was kind of a word salad.
Thank you very much. Let's do this.
Thank you.
I love that. This is a 2023 ixsir Altitudes Blanc. We'll tell you what's in it in a moment. But right now, we're going to say to health, wealth, and abundance, gratitude, of course. Romance.
Peace on earth.
And peace on earth, and Shelley's birthday month continues.
Yay! Well, I haven't really done anything special. I was supposed to be celebrating every day.
We celebrated today by waking up really early.
Not today.
Well, last Tuesday.
Tuesday.
This is just so fun. I'm sorry.
This is nice and crisp.
It is.
It's tiny, tiny, tiny bit of effervescence in it.
So, Obadiah, Muscat, or it's not Muscadet, it's Muscat.
Muscat and Viognier.
Yep.
A blend, yes.
It's a white blend. We, our good friend, Lisa, she changed names when she got married, and I can't really remember her last name. I guess I could look it up quick enough, but she was there pouring. We love Lisa. At Pilgrims. Yeah, we actually got this last Friday, a week from today, at Pilgrims. They have a wine tasting mostly every Friday. probably every Friday, but once I say every Friday, there's going to be one that gets skipped. So mostly every Friday, usually two wines. Sometimes there's 3. And I love what Lisa said. She tries to pick out some wines a little off the beaten path. And we had 2 wines from Lebanon.
A red and a white.
And a red and a white. And we bought this white so that we could feature it.
Yeah, it's a really nice wine. It's not sweet. It's dry, some acidity. And it seems like somewhere between a Sauvignon Blanc and a Chardonnay, I would say. It's not super, super acidic. It's very nice, though. And it pairs well with seafood.
Oh, yeah.
Light cheeses, and Lebanese mezza, which is like a charcuterie board sort of thing. It's, your typical board of appetizers. And they also might have some tabbouleh in there, which is a salad. It has mint and bulgur and tomato, lemon, and a couple of other things in it.
Not a word salad, though.
Not a word salad.
That's good. Those little comments people could take very political, but we're not a political podcast.
That's right.
And comments about Lebanon could be taken political because of what they're going through right now. It's unrest for sure. Mm-hmm. But they have been making decent wine, improving on wines. The problem is a lot of their folks there can't afford to drink their wines. And so,
that's sad.
Yeah, so they send them over.
Send it over.
Yeah. I was thinking selfishly, about all, I'm just going to continue to say unrest. I don't want to get into anything, but all the unrest going on in the Middle East and all of this, what's it doing to the wine production? Is that selfish?
Yes.
It is selfish, but it's also...
Let's not go there.
Well, I mean, it's just sad.
It is sad. It's all sad.
It is all sad. So anyway.
That's why we toast to peace on earth.
Peace on earth can't be toasted to
too many times.
That's right. We're not into South Africa yet. I wanted to mention while we're finishing this, there are little blue freaking bugs everywhere.
Yes, they are. They're aphids.
Are they? They're not really?
Mm-hmm, they're aphids.
Oh,
and they show up like white, but they're really like blue.
Yeah.
Blue aphids. I think that's what they're called.
That's interesting.
I could be wrong.
I took a video, sent it to both Lindsay, my daughter, and Chris Cochran, because Chris and Heidi used to live here, and I said, I bet you don't miss these. He said, no, I don't.
They get in your hair.
Everything.
Tiny. And they come in big swarms. I think they're almost done.
I think so. But we've been having some decent weather. The sun's been out. It's been dry. I am holding on tight to working from the deck. And yet these things stick and peck in my, it's just gross and disgusting.
They even stick in your hair?
Yes.
Okay.
I got a haircut.
I know.
Oh my gosh. I want to give a shout out to Lori, all the way from Florida. Hi, Lori.
Hi, Lori.
She's Lori Sailor now, but I only know her as Bogus.
Hopefully she's safe.
Well, I called her after Helene. She seemed to be fine. She didn't know my number when I texted her. That's what I did. I texted her. And I said who it was.
Don't say that word.
Texted?
No, not that word.
Texted
the
her?
one that she said when she called you.
No, I'm not going to, but she called and I said something like, well, and a whole string of expletives that really in a fun, positive way. But if I were to repeat, we'd have to slap the explicit tag. And we only put the explicit tag
reserve
on
it for Russell.
For Russell Mann. And sometimes Fast Eddie. But anyway, Lori, thanks for listening again. She's like, I couldn't believe there's an ice wine. So that makes me feel really good that there's still some learning going on. We learn.
Yeah, we learned about this one, and we only discovered Pinotage last year, which we're going to talk about in a minute. About, a year and a half ago, maybe at the most.
Yeah, I wanted, before we go to break, tomorrow, Saturday, the 12th, go to New Leaf Nursery. They're having a huge fall festival. It goes through today, tomorrow, and Sunday, but Shelley is performing with the Divaz tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's the first time the Divaz have performed there for that. New Leaf Nursery are friends of ours.
I don't think they've had performers before. They've had bands.
I don't even know how you guys are going to perform. Yeah, they have bands.
They have a little stage.
Will you just be on the stage or do what you do at the fair?
No, we're not doing that.
Oh, good. That's awkward.
Doing a stationary performance. That is awkward.
So if you, did I say this is $22 at Pilgrim's?
You didn't say
okay,
that.
$22 at Pilgrim's.
Which is a very good price.
It is. And when we come back, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm just going to point back there because...
Well, the bottle's in the way.
Oh, the bottle's in the way. There we go. That map is South Africa, and you can't really see it. We're not going to show you, but it is South Africa. And we'll talk a little bit about that and Pinotage when we come back.
Welcome back to Wine Time Fridays, episode 234 on this Friday, October 11th. I think I have a friend's birthday.
Happy birthday, friend.
11th. Well, it might be Chris Vicioni, but I always get her birthday wrong. It's right around here.
I seem to remember Chris's birthday being the 11th.
Did you? Do you really?
I can't remember Curt Knox's birthday, and it's 2 or 3 days away from mine, and I always screw it up.
It's before yours, right?
No, I think so. I think it's before.
Well, there's only a few days before yours. So.
Yeah, it's either November 2, 3, or 4. One of those three, and I never remember. Curt and Cassandra are probably already down in Palm Desert. Hey, maybe we should go visit them. Why don't you knock that back? Oh,
here you go.
Human dump bucket. Here we go.
The dumpville.
That really is good.
It is good.
I want to say it reminds me of Chenin Blanc. Is that possible?
Well, yeah, because it's got some Viognier in there. And we don't really know much about Obadiah grape.
No, we don't. Thank you for remembering how to say it.
I could be wrong.
So we just opened a 2020 False Bay Bushvine Pinotage from South Africa. It is a hybrid Pinotage.
Oh, okay. This is a hybrid Pinotage? Or
no, Pinotage is a hybrid.
Of which?
Pinot Noir.
And Age.
Yes, you're right. No. It's Carignan.
Carignan?
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah. All right.
There you go.
Oh, for Pinot Noir and Carignan, I'm almost positive that's what it is. Here it is. Boom, boom. We all, so the last 4 wines in the last 2 weeks we've got from Pilgrim's Market. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Let's go ahead and hashtag cheersing.
Cheersing. Really good. Mm-hmm.
It's not Carignan. It's Cinsal.
Oh.
I found it. Pinot Noir and Cinsal. Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and do this. And there we are.
All right. Cinsal. Okay.
Yeah. So both of these wines you can find at Pilgrim's. Last week we brought in a couple of orange wines. Mm-hmm. And I actually asked, what's that?
We went and bought another bottle.
Yeah, we found another one, the 1 liter. Hopefully, you guys listening have gone and tried an orange wine, really. I'm going to tell you before we get into this, because there's a lot to talk about the Pinotage, but Sara because I wasn't, so we're, working with them, a new sponsor. Thank you. This is their first sponsorship spot today. But I asked her, do you mind bringing in special orders? And she said, we love it. That's what we do at Pilgrim's Market. So I have reached out to her. I said, if you do, we're looking for a Prokopok, an Austrian sect, a Xenomavro, and or a Mavrid.
Wow.
So, because that's what I'd like to do next week, is a combination of those. Whatever she brings in, I want to, because we keep mentioning these, and then we say, like, don't even know what that is. Haven't tried it. So, in an effort to practice what we preach, open up some of these wines and see what they're all about, really. I mean, like, what is the Mavrid? We didn't even know it's a white or red. So, Pinotage. This is fun stuff.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Did you, well, we went and looked on the notes. They weren't really thorough, except for we did notice the alcohol by volume is 13.76.
Very precise.
percent alcohol by volume, which is kind of interesting. Anyway, this has got a bad rap over the years, but now is coming into its own. Our
Why
friend
has it
just South African wines were mainly bulk wines for the longest time, and then
just the South African in general.
In general, but then this Pinotage got the reputation for being like burnt rubber and some of these not so good profiles and notes,
like bell pepper.
But what they found was the posts that string up the vines and the wire and all that, the grapevines, were creosote.
That makes a lot of sense.
Doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And so the creosote gets in the dirt when it rains, and it gets in, that's a part of the terroir, the micro terroir anyway. Mm-hmm. And so there you go. So when the new generation of winemakers came in and they tried to change things up, like everything, we've talked about.
Some obstacles.
You hit some obstacles and people have pushback, but now they're making some really good wines. And it's just so fun. We had Jesse Balsimo from Truvino, who gave us this nice map.
Yes.
And that's where this wine comes from. We had actually.
So it's a South African wine.
It is a South African wine. This is the South African signature grape, is the Pinotage. Mm-hmm. So
it takes a while for people or areas to figure out what grows best in their area. So
this is really good.
It is really good.
I'm sorry. This is $15.
Well, I'm sorry that you're sorry.
No,
that's a very good price.
It's really good. Mm-hmm. And when we taste
it has some tannins on it.
Yeah, but they're soft. I think they're really soft.
So this is not like a big, huge not like a big, huge Zinfandel, very fruity. It's a little more like a Pinot Noir.
With the weight of the Cinsault.
Right.
Which is kind of interesting. The meat pairings that I have that you could pair with this: venison, lamb, beef, spicy sausages, and smoked meats. Probably smoked cheeses as well.
Yeah, Gouda.
Gouda. Mm-hmm. But this is just absolutely delicious. Mm-hmm. I always put down all these different notes, and I never really.
That's a lot of notes.
It is, but we'll just. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words again. That's dear. 2 weeks in a row.
Hardly ever happens.
So, I guess we have the social wed wine word of the week, but I thought I had a different one down there.
Trodding.
Yeah, the social web wine words of the week: foot trodden or treading. So,
is this like in I Love Lucy?
That and Monk.
And monk, yes.
when they're in the grapes. So this is really interesting. Treading and trotting are essentially synonymous in the context of winemaking. So they both refer to the traditional process of crushing grapes by foot in a, do you pronounce that lagar? Lagar?
I can't even see the word, so I don't know.
Or fermentation vessel. It's right here, lagar. It's the act of pressing or crushing grapes to release juice and flavors. They do this.
Like a push down.
Yeah, but they do this with their feet.
Could be fun.
So I went a little deeper on lagar. Pronounced lagar. Is a traditional, shallow, open-top vessel used in winemaking, particularly in Portugal and Spain. Now, it's only like 2 to 4 feet deep. Yeah, I think.
I know some wineries will let you come in and stomp your own wine.
That's semi-disgusting, though, isn't it?
Just clean your feet. I mean, what's the difference really of going like this with your hands and a dough or using your feet as long as they're clean?
Yeah, but your feet, it's harder to clean.
No.
I don't know.
Put Purell all over them.
So you've got a wider surface area. The stone, concrete, or wooden construction is what's used. Of course, open top so you can get in and out. It's an old school winemaking tradition, and I find
wear a long skirt and tie it up like they did on I Love Lucie.
Yeah, it's just sounds like fun. We ran into Nicole Barnett, and she had to go through a bit of non-drinking wine because of some issues and stuff, but she's overcome those issues, and now she's back tasting wine. And she bought 2 Advent calendars already and broke into them already. Nicole, wait until
Christmas. December.
So
I was at the resort today for lunch with someone.
Yeah.
And they put up the Christmas tree already.
Oh. So
it's October.
Kind of tradition. When the resort and Beverly served lunch, I would take Shelley there for her lunch birthday, even though now we're going to be in Boise. But we would see all of the barges bringing in all the Christmas decorations because it's across the lake, you know, and it's kind of tradition. They don't serve lunch anymore, so we haven't been able to see that. But I'm glad you were able to see that they put up the Christmas tree because I
saw them climbing up.
Oh, wow.
I took a picture. Yeah, they were I was a bit worried.
Oh, that's interesting. What else have we got? Some things. Oh, some wines we enjoyed this week.
Pondere Winery, Pinot Gris, Maryhill Viognier, Reader's Chardonnay, which we always love. Chateau Germain Castillon, Côte de Bordeaux, and Rocky Pond Stratostone.
By the way, that
it was a red, right? Thank you, Lucie.
It was red, yes.
That's right.
That Côte de Bordeaux, I bought 3 more bottles.
Ah, nice.
Yep, so I'm excited. So is Lucie. She's excited. Some things coming up in the future. On October, tomorrow, as we've said, International Pinotage Day. The 14th is International Procopoc Day, so we hopefully will have one that we can refer to. The 22nd is Austrian Sekt. The 25th
that's a bubbly.
That's a bubbly, and I really hope she finds that. I kind of think she'll be able to. 25th is International Champagne Day. 26th, International Mavra Day. Again, same thing. We're going to go for one of those. Oh, I didn't ask for a Carignan. That's the 31st. Halloween. Carignan. Interesting. In November, you want to talk about those days?
7th International Merlot Day. And we're going to have a guest.
Yeah. I had to push that back a little bit.
Oh, so we're not going to talk about that.
Well, no, we can. We are going to have Kevin on.
Oh, okay.
He's a drummer. We're going to do Wines Like Music, but it's a little more difficult with the drummer. They have to bring a whole kit. And we're going to do wines that Kevin's a distributor.
Yeah.
Works for a distributor. And so we're going to have wines that Odom distributes.
That's not fair because he gets to cheat.
No, because we're going to have him taste blind.
Oh, we are?
But we're not going to have him identify them.
Oh, no.
He's like, you're not going to have me identify them. It's like, that's good.
He's going to play them.
But he's going to play what he tastes, which
nice.
is going to be kind of fun, a drummer. Again, a huge thank you to our sponsors today, Eternal Wine, Pilgrim's Market. Thank you for coming on board. And Revora. And I think that's it. With a little bit of knowledge, wine becomes a lot less overwhelming. Thank you for listening. Have a great weekend. We will see you next week with one of a bunch of different possibilities.
Yep. Bye.
Go get a Pinotage. Thank you for spending part of your day to wind down with Shelley and Phil. Remember, you can listen to any episode of the Wine Time Fridays podcast by visiting winetimefridays.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And join us on our Wine Time Fridays Facebook page, Instagram, or on Twitter, which is @VintageTweets, for daily conversation. Until next week, here's our toast to you. To health, wealth, abundance, gratitude, peace on earth, and of course, romance.